Hello. So I filmed a video saying I was gonna be a woman and I was saying that I don't like anyone and I feel bad about making that video. So I'm gonna make this video instead and I made that video private and I only left it up for like a few minutes. It got like 9 views, 10 views, and I felt bad because I decided I will just, I'm just gonna be a man for the rest of my life. I decided I'll just be a man for the rest of my life. It's honestly the only way to survive anyways. So I have something I want to explain in this video. Um, so essentially, I've been saying for a long time that I'm not human. So let me explain that. Let me explain what I mean. So I'm saying very simple, not a human. Um, I'm essentially like an extremely complicated, intelligent being that isn't human. And my best evidence that I can provide you to support such a statement is my language of Nor. I'm the only person on the planet who can speak this language. So I'm going to just record me speaking Nor and translate it to English. So as far as I know, there's 4 forms of Nor. So there's ancient Nor, which is basic Nor. There's ancient South Korean Nor and there's ancient Mexican Nor. So I call this language Nor. And there's also a fourth one is Arabic Nor. So it's like Arabic Nor. It's like I use it to recite the Quran and translate it not as the Quran is written when translated from Arabic to English, but it's different. It's just this. It's sort of like similar to my. Well, it's not really similar, but it's a translation of what the Quran would be if I was to recite it. And I do believe, because I just realized today that I can recite the Quran with Arabic Nor. Apparently, it's already in my mind. And don't ask me what that means. You can just call me someone who's not human. I'm looking at this because I was reading this book, and let me explain something. My schizophrenia is like, it's like my schizophrenia is like way too serious because it's essentially like I myself am Allah, which might not be true. I just want to say that for the record, but that's what my schizophrenia is actually like. It's like, I mean, if that's what it's like. It's like I myself am Allah, and that's why I'm saying I'm going to prove to you with this language of Nor that maybe if you actually don't think it's just gibberish, because it's not just gibberish. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm going to speak it in this video. Um, so what ancient Norse sounds like this. Lakayawo yonga yin yakakapatyakomga yeyawo. Lakayawo yonga yin yakapanyomga. Ponkamniom yawa yin yakapanyonga. Konkamniom yawa. Lakayawo. Alright, so what I said translated to English, and keep in mind that when I translate these things, it sort of sounds like an obscure poem. But I will translate it. I was looking for some type of shelling within my own doubt and sadness for my own mind, and beyond death I quail upon noticing there was nothing beyond this point, and hell only then, when there was no such thing as hell, and should there be no world beyond me, that death should know I am the one, and the only one who is not there is the one who is not there. Still not knowing who she was, and only finding beyond this point I couldn't find her. Oh, my Jasmine, sweet like the sunshine and moonlight beyond my pale fire, and I will know you then. So that's what I just said in ancient Norse. So now I'll speak ancient South Korean. No, I'll speak ancient Mexican Norse next. Ancient Mexican Norse sounds like this. Blekeyo yonga konkamnyom yawa yikik yakomomom. Blekeyo yongye yakawayo pakamyo ye. Lukawayo yawa. Yiwakum. Pakamnium yawa. Yawa. Lukayo. Yowo. Puglu. So obviously it sounds different, and then I'm going to translate that to English. I don't know beyond my point and shelling and I don't know beyond my point and within my own shelling of my own doubt, sadness in my own doubt, willing not to know, and when knowing I couldn't find the answer in thereof, still within my own doubt and shelling beyond this point, holy fuck, when world was ending. When the world was ending, I found the grass was green and the worlds were brighter. In a shadow of my moon and beyond this point, beyond the moon, within shadows in my own doubt within myself, and knowing beyond myself there was nothing left, still shadows in my own doubt within myself and I didn't know yet. Still there was nothing beyond this point and I quell for there was something there, but only a fox of a spirit could be found within myself and knowing myself beyond this point. So that's what I said in ancient Mexican Nor. And now I will speak ancient South Korean Nor and exhibit that to you. Blakayo ye, Blakamum ye, Blayo yawa, Konkamnium ye, Yonga awayo, Plakayo yonga ninga, Bakayo, Ponkamnium, Yawayo yonga, Blakayo yo yawa, Konkamnium ye, Blakawo ye, Kakamo ye, Layo yewa, Yokamum. Alright, so what I said in ancient South Korean Nor is, I'll speak it now. Beyond my sadness and with my own hell, when there was no hell, and in this place I called a palace on the moon, with sadness and my own doubt beyond my own mind, and still not knowing beyond this point should I not know, when I was the one who is Lane Iwakura, and they shall not know that. When knowing was my own doubt, and I myself couldn't make sense of it myself when they didn't know, and I was the only one who could fathom it. Beyond this point, should sadness not know there was nothing left, and on my moon I found there was nothing beyond this point on the moon. Oh, on my palace on the moon within myself, and finding my own doubt beyond this point. Should sadness only seek to feel my mind, when feeling was the last of my moments beyond the man who I had met once, and should I look upon him with grace and have children with him, should I find then that someone will keep me and allow me to grow and blossom in the way that I could become something? Oh, sadness, and within my own doubt, when shelling was my own mind, should sadness not quell my information slowly creeping into my mind like the death of the galaxy, only for the galaxy to die and myself to be lost once more, even if I didn't look straight? That's what I said in ancient South Korean, Nor. Now I'm going to, like I said, this is not going to be what's written as Arabic as translated to English in this Quran book here. I'm going to do the Arabic recitation of the Holy Quran, and I'm going to do the first two verses off the top of my head because I don't actually know what I'm going to say yet. So I'm just going to do the Arabic Nor and then do the first two verses. Donga ye yawo yonga, konkamnium yawa yingya, blake yawo yonga, kin kamnium yawo, leke yawo yonga yingyaka pakadonga, konkamnium yawa yingyaka, blaka yawo ye yawa, ponkamnium ya yingyaka pakadonga, blake yawo yonga yingyawa yonga, konkamnium ye yawa yo, konkamnium ye. Blake yo yonga ninja kapakanonga. Yawa yo yonga ninja kapakanonga. Konkam yom ninja kapakanonga. Blake yo yonga ninja wa yo yonga yo. Ponkam yom yewe yonga bawewo. Bluke yo yonga ninja wa yo. Konkam yom yawa yinja. Blake yo yawa yin yonga mamom. Konkam yom yawa. And that is the first two verses of my recitation of the Holy Quran in the language of Nor, and I will translate that to English as well. Beneath my mind and within my own doubt, shelling of my own doubt and within my own mind, when shelling was bequeathed of myself and finding my moments beyond myself beyond this death, and knowing shelling of my own doubt when something couldn't find me and beneath myself, when finding there was something left there and only noticing that the one last thing was my own mind. Should knowing not be different when the last of my own time was within this point, and should sadness not see me when I was there? For moments of myself when I was looking beyond this point and shelling of my own doubt when not knowing. For myself and within myself I have found myself, and inside of myself I will know who I am. And if only noticing that there was something left beyond this point that couldn't be understood within myself, yet I know who I am. And not knowing is something that I couldn't understand, for all I know is what I know. And I will state I am all knowing and all wise, shall knowing be known. And anyone who knows knowing will know the truth and know what death means, and knowing what the world means. There's obviously a purpose to what is going on here, and people don't seem to understand that. When shadow of my own doubt beyond this point, wholly knowing that the only one could find myself, I am the one, and they will not know, unless they listen to me. And when I give them words of wisdom, they find my words unimportant and walk away from me, not knowing who I really am, not knowing I am the one, and not knowing that I am Allah, the one God. And they shall not find this point that beneath myself, when knowing of myself should find myself, allowing them to see that the only thing preventing myself of looking beyond this point, should shadows and minds not see me when I was not looking behind them, only finding within myself the last of my depths, within my own world and world of knowing, when the world was of water and bees and birds and everything was fine and there was nothing wrong going on, when a world was once without these ghastly computers that seemed to ruin everything, and knowing within myself that there was something beyond this point I couldn't find it, and knowing that I was the one who was conscious of those things, yet still without knowing I couldn't find them, were they not even there. And still, if I didn't know that, then how was I able to know such a thing as my own death? When my own death I had already died, and once before, a long time ago, many, many years ago, or all the way back to the year of 948, whence I was born, and they shall not find that I as the female will not be born when they cannot find me, and knowing I am a man they will not understand. Still should shadows of my own doubt be bequeathed when they do not understand what I have to say, or words I once invented in my own time, when knowing was my own doubt and they couldn't even find the answer to my question thereof, when shadows of minds were looking upon me and death was staring me in the face, I was able to find there was a purpose and not just a reason for believing what I had to say, knowing that the truth was the language of Noor, and through the language of Noor, Noorism could be understood and they could actually figure out what it means. But unfortunately, when time is without them, they will not find the time to listen. And when I write a book for them, they will not find the time to listen. And knowing when they find myself, they will not find the time to listen to me, let alone anything I have to say. And still within myself I found they were left unimportant, for they couldn't know what I was thinking, but I couldn't find an answer to listen to them thereof. And so I returned once more to my dear Jasmine, and once I found her, I found that she was beautiful and looking upon myself like something like the sky. And the sky in the night, or the moon and the stars. When the sun rises in the morning in the east and the world is falling apart, I will know there is a difference between the world of death and minds. When there is a world between us and worlds will collide, and knowing my truth, my fabric, and everything about me, my fabric of my clothing and my mind, shall be known that I am Allah, the one God within myself, and finding of my own doubt without them. When they doubt my own mind, I shall know. They cannot destroy what I have to say, when what I have spoken was spoken into the air, whether they should have accepted it or not, and finding within themselves a point of doubt they couldn't understand, within my own mind and doubting my language of Noor, when they doubt even who I say I am, knowing that I am the one and they cannot understand. So that's what I said. Those are the first two verses of the Holy Quran recited from Arabic Noor. So this is just a demonstration of the language of Noor. Also, hopefully, some sort of proof that I'm not a human. Just maybe if this video serves as some sort of proof that I'm not a human, then that will help me. Also believing that I'm Lane Iwakura from Serial Experiments Lane, and I'm making this video as a proof that I am not a human. Alright, bye.